Welcome to JMC V-Learning. Today our lesson is data representation. Then how can you represent data? There are many ways we can use to represent data. In today we can see so many data representing ways in our day-to-day life. Can you remember when the news is going, you can see the corona patients, they are showing using a column graph. Then like that way there are so many ways we can use to represent data. Mainly there are two parts, one is table, other one is graphs. This is the data represented in one way, that is table. By looking this table you can get an idea about the lunch choices and the frequencies. Then what is the most number of people like to take their lunch? They like sandwiches because frequency is 8, that means most number of people like to eat sandwiches. Then graphs also, there are three type of graphs. First one is picture graph. By looking this graph we can get an idea. Then the longest one, that means it is the most number of prefer, that is banana. Then another type of graph is column graph. Then third one is pie chart. In this lesson we are focusing about the pie chart. Then representing data in a pie chart. This one you can see in your textbook. The information gathered from the grade 10 students of a certain school regarding the sport they like the most. Of the three sports, namely cricket, volleyball and LA, is given below. This is a table. By looking this table you can get an idea. For cricket there are 25 number of students like, then there are 20 students like volleyball and 15 students like LA. The above information can be represented in a picture graph and a column graph as follows. This is a picture graph. This is one figure. Using this figure we are showing 5 students. Then for cricket there are 25 students like, so how many figures you have to use to represent that 25? One figure is 25, mean you have to draw 5 figures. Then to show volleyball you have to draw 4 figures, and to show LA you have to draw 3 figures. By looking this one also you can get an idea. Then this is a column graph. For volleyball there are 20, for cricket there are 25, LA there are 15 students. So the most number of students like cricket. Then the height of each column in the column graph denotes the number of students who like the relevant sport. In the picture graph this is denoted by the figure, that is the figure. Then when we represent the data in a circle, it's called pie chart. To draw pie chart you have to draw a circle. This is a one kind of pie chart. How much is the degree inside this one? It is 360 degrees. The areas of the whole circle represent the total number of data. That means this whole circle means the total number of data. The different frequencies are represented by the suitable sectors. In this one you can see there are several sectors and the magnitudes are different to each other. Then by using the different frequencies this shows the different sectors. Then this is one kind of a pie chart. This is earlier example, the sport and the number of students. Let's represent these data on a pie chart. Then how much is the total number of students? You have to add these all. 25 20 and 15. Then how much is the total number of students? It's equal to 60. Let us represent the 60 student by the total area of circle. That means the 60 student you have to show using 360 degrees. Then 60 students mean you have to show using 360 degrees. Then the angle at the center of the sector which denotes one student. 60 students mean 360 degrees. To find one student, what you have to do? That 360 you have to divide by 60. Then answer is 6 degrees. One student is showing using a 6 degrees. Then the angles at the center of the sector which denotes the 25 students who like cricket. Then for cricket there are 25 students. One student is showing using 60 degrees. Then to show 25 students, what you have to do? That 6 degrees you have to multiply by 25. How much is the answer? It is 150 degrees. Then let's find the angle at the center of the sector which denotes the 20 students who like volleyball. The volleyball there are 20 students like, that means one student is showing using 6 degrees. To show 20 students, what you have to do? 6 degrees you should multiply by 20. Answer is 120 degrees. Now we have found two sectors. Then next one, the remaining sector of the circle represent the students who like LA. That means because only 3 data are there, we have found the sector at this, the magnitude of the center of the sector earlier only 2. Now we have only 1, but we can find this one using the remaining sector of the circle represent the students who like LA. How can we find this one? Cricket we have found it is 150 degrees. Volleyball also we have found it is 120 degrees. Now we have to find the magnitude of LA. So first you have to add these two, then after subtract it from 360. Why? Because when we add this all, it's equal to 360 because this is a pie chart. This pie chart shows the whole number of data. So when we add 150 and 120, it's equal to 270. You have to subtract 270 from 360. Then you can take the answer as 90 degrees. There's another way. Earlier we have found one student is showing using 6 degrees. Then that 6 degrees you have to multiply by 15 because there are 15 students like LA. By multiplying these two, you can take the answer as 90 degrees. There are both ways. Let's represent these each magnitudes on a pie chart. For LA is showing using 90 degrees, volleyball is using 120 degrees, cricket is showing using 150 degrees. How can you draw this pie chart? First, you have to draw a circle. Then after, using the protractor, measure these each angles and draw them inside the circle. Then after, you can take this pie chart. Let's move to another example. Show following data on a pie chart. Now you can see in one side colors, other side number of students. There are 12 students like red, 15 students like blue, 3 students like yellow. How much is the total number of students? It is 30. Then let's represent this each colors as fraction. There are 12 students like red out of 30. Then blue, there are 15 students like blue out of 30. Then there are 3 students like yellow out of 30. By using these each fraction, we can find the magnitudes to draw the pie chart. Let's find the angle at the center of the sector denoting the 12 students who like red. How can you find it? The fraction is 12 over 3. To find the magnitude, you have to multiply it by 360 because the whole number of students are showing using 360, but here only 12 over 30 students are there. So you have to multiply this fraction by 360. Let's simplify this one. Cut zeros, divide by 3, it's 12. Then 12 into 12, what is the answer? 144 degrees. Then the angles at the center of the sector denoting the 15 students who like blue. How can you find it? Yes, the fraction is 15 over 30 because total number of students are 30. That fraction you have to multiply 360 degrees. Let's simplify. Cut zeros, divide by 3, 12. 12 into 15, what is the answer? 180 degrees. Then let's find the angle at the center of the sector denoting the 3 students who like yellow. What is the fraction? Can you remember it? Yes, there are 3 students like yellow out of 30 students. That fraction you have to multiply by 360. Can cut zeros, divide by 3, here 1. 1 into 36 is 36 degrees. Now what are the magnitudes? For red is showing 144 degrees. The students who like blue is showing using 180 degrees. The students who like yellow is showing using 36 degrees. Then let's draw the pie chart. This is the pie chart. Then how can you draw this pie chart? First you have to draw the circle. Then after using the protractor, you can measure these each magnitudes in the sector. Then after can draw this pie chart. Then extracting information from a pie chart. Now you can see a pie chart. This yellow color is showing brinjals, blue color is showing pumpkins, then green color is showing beans, pink color is showing carrot. Here they have given this magnitude is equal to 30 degrees. And what is the meaning of this part? That means this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, now let's read the question. The pie chart given in the figure shows how a certain group of farmers selected various types of vegetables for growing. Each farmer grew only one type of vegetable. That means one farmer is growing only one vegetable. The number of farmers who selected pumpkins is equal to the number of farmers who selected brinjals. That means these two magnitudes are equal to each other. Then I am taking them as x degrees. Then first question is, which vegetable is growing by least number of farmers? Least number of farmers, how can you find it? By looking the pie chart also you can take the answer. That means smallest sector is showing the least number of farmers. What is the smallest sector here? Yes, that green color part is the smallest sector. Then what is the answer? Yes, beans. Then least number of farmers are growing beans. Next one. Find the magnitude of the angle at the center of the sector that represent the farmers who selected brinjals. Then brinjals mean yellow color part. Here we have taken the magnitude of brinjals as x degrees. To find the magnitude of x degrees, what you have to do? Yes, you know when you add these all magnitudes, it equal to 360 degrees. Then you have to add these all magnitude, this x, 90 degrees and 30 degrees. After adding them, it's equal to 360 because the magnitude around the circle is 360. X add x, 2x, 30 add 90, 120. It's also equal to 360. Then you can take that 120 to other side. Then 2x is equal to 360 subtract 120. Now you have to take that x as a subject. So you have to divide this both side by 2. Let's divide both side by 2. Then what is the answer? By dividing this one, you can take the answer as 120. Then this value is 120. That means pumpkins also showing using 120. Now let's see the next part of the sum. The number of farmers who selected beans is 15. That means this is the beans part. 30 degrees is shown 15 farmers. Then next sum, find the number of farmers who selected pumpkins. This part is the pumpkin, that means 120 degrees. 30 degrees shows 15 farmers. Then 120 degrees shows how many farmers? How can you find that part? Number of farmers who selected pumpkins is equal to 120. You have to divide by 30 degrees. Then after multiply by 15. Then simplify. Divide by 3. 4. 4 into 15 is equal to 60. That means there are 60 farmers are growing pumpkins. The next sum, find the number of farmers represented in this pie chart. That means all the number of farmers. How can you find the total number of farmers? Then 30 degrees shows 15 farmers. You have to find the number of farmers who are showing using 360 degrees. Then how can you find that one? 360 degrees you have to divide by 30 degrees and multiply by 15. 0 can cut, divide by 3, it's 12. 12 into 15 is equal to 180. Then how much is all the number of farmers? There are 180 farmers. Then after 1 year, 20 farmers who had been growing brinjals stopped growing vegetables. Earlier we have taken all the number of farmers are 180. Pumpkins are growing 60 farmers. Then brinjals also growing 60 farmers. And beans are growing by 15 farmers. Then they are telling after 1 year, 20 farmers who had been growing brinjals stopped growing vegetables. Earlier there were 60 farmers growing brinjals. Now 20 farmers who had been growing brinjals stopped growing. Subtracting 20. Now there are 40 farmers growing brinjals. Then Find the magnitude of the angle at the center of the sector which represent the farmers growing brinjals in a new pie chart drawn considering the change data. After subtracting this 20, how many farmers? Now, from 180, again you have to subtract 20, it's equal to 160. Now, there are 40 farmers growing brinjals out of 160. Then, to find the magnitude, you have to multiply 40 over 160 by 360. Let's simplify. 0, 0 can divide by 4. Here 10, here 4. Again can divide by 4. 9. Then 9 into 10 is equal to 90 degrees. That means now using 90 degrees we can show the farmers who are growing brinjals. Now I think you can understand this lesson. Now do all the exercises in this lesson.